Divorce in the Black is what we're talking about. So y'all know Divorce in the Black came out. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about it, including myself. It was not one of my favorite Tyler Perry movies. I actually have scaled back from Tyler Perry's content, in all honesty. So I don't know if I'm gonna go and watch the next project that he puts out. I feel like typically when he drops something, it don't really be nothing else on. So it's like, let me see what this working with, right? In addition, you see a lot of people giving their thoughts and stuff on social media. So that's another driving factor that would make one want to go and check out what Tyler Perry got going on or whatever. So I don't know. We're going to see how I'm feeling the next time. Okay. Because I feel like he's let me down with some of his work. You know, I like the docuseries that came out, but some of his work has definitely let me down just a bit. So a lot of people have had things to say about Divorce in the Black. Some people felt like it was great. They understood it. They were able to follow it from beginning to end, unlike myself. They thought the actors did amazing, unlike myself. Okay, I think like Megan Good and Taylor Polidor did pretty good. Okay, I thought they did good. I think Corey was a bit overacting. I, for myself, have seen Corey in other projects, other stuff outside of like All American. I've seen him in other films, and a lot of people haven't, and maybe that's why they felt like he did a great job or whatever. To each his own, though, right? Well, anywho, a lot of people had a lot of things to say. There was a lot of critique. Even Lonnie Love came out and she called out Tyler Perry for not paying writers. We appreciate you for paying the actors all of this money that they wouldn't typically make, but what about the writers? Because the writers would have definitely helped make this story even that much more believable, I guess. Okay, the storyline would have just would have made the story better. But anywho, since then, Miss Keke Palmer was able to sit down with Tyler Perry, from what it looks like, and she was able to get his thoughts on how he has felt about the critics and what they've had to say. Because as much as a lot of people was getting on to like people like myself that commentate and others just giving their opinions, you know, on social media, you know, there were quite a few people that were upset about it. But it's like, listen, you have people on Rotten Tomatoes that literally go and review content all the time. Movies, documentaries, this type of stuff. Like, they go and they give you reviews all of the time. And when I checked, the last time I checked, the movie wasn't even over what I think it was, whatever the half was. So if it was like 5 stars, it probably was at like maybe right under 3. If it was 10, it was right under 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even get over the half of stars for this particular thing, and they rated it like 0%. Like, they gave very bad reactions. So if their word are heavily relied on, then I mean, hey, even they saying it. Y'all mad at the people that's giving their everyday opinion, but what about the people that actually they do this for a living, where they review content? And what about how they feel? You know what I'm saying? Because they saying it's trash too. But okay. But anywho, he did get a chance to sit down with Miss Keke Palmer, honey. And with him sitting with her, he shared his thoughts. And I want to know what you guys think. I'll definitely tell you what it is that I think. So let's check this out.
Love that you've never allowed that criticism to stop you from being able to have your authentic voice as an artist, because it does get really difficult.
Yeah, but what? No. You got to drown all of that out, because if you let somebody talk you out of a place that God has put you in, you are going to find yourself in hell. I know for a fact that what I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because for everyone who is a critic, I have thousands of used to be emails from people saying, this changed my life. Oh my God, you know me. Oh my God, you saw me. How did you know this about my life, my family? So that is what is important. We're talking a large portion of my fans who are disenfranchised, who cannot get in the Volvo and go to therapy on the weekend. So you've got this highbrow Negro who is all up in the air with his nose up looking at everything. And then you got people like where I come from and me who are grinders, who really know what it's like, whose mothers and were caregivers for white kids and were maids and housekeepers and all of these beauticians. That don't discount these people and say that their story don't matter. Who are you to be able to say which black story is important or should be told? Get out of here with that bullshit.
Yes, Yes, and that is
Yeah.
what we come up against. It's like you
Yeah.
said, the respectability politics that we're always pushing up against, which at the end of the day, what we are facing and what we are oppressed again, it doesn't matter how well you speak, it doesn't matter how well you walk, it doesn't matter how well you do anything. If somebody's going to not like you, they're going to not like you, period.
Right.
So holding ourselves to these unbelievable standards that stop us from being able to tell our true stories and connect to one another, it only, like you said, puts us in a personal hell and doesn't allow us to really be all that we're meant to be because we're too busy trying to fit into somebody else's idea.
Listen, what I always say is don't worry about being in somebody's box because when you die, they're going to put you in one. So you may as well just live your life outside of a box.
Ooh. I love that you never allowed that criticism
All right,
to stop
y'all.
you from being able to have your authentic.
So I had to go ahead and like tap me a few little notes so I ain't interrupt this point right here. I'm like, okay, I got a few things I want to say. First of all, Kiki, baby, it's not about not liking Tyler. It's about his content. It's not that we don't like Tyler. We like Tyler. We've supported Tyler over the years. And I feel like a lot of the criticism that he's getting is because we expect more. I mean, you may have your faves and sometimes you may expect more from them. I feel like that's okay. Whether they're going to give it to you, girl, okay, is another thing. All right, we don't know what them folk got going on for real, okay? But I think there's nothing wrong with like wanting more or whatnot. I do agree with him about drowning out the noise. I do think when you get a lot of people and naysayers in your ear, it will definitely shift a lot for you. That's why a lot of people keep stuff close to the vest. They pretty much are private. They hold on to it until things have actually come into fruition for them. Then they may share it or whatever the case is. So I definitely agree with him on drowning out the noise and limiting who you share things with. I get that. It was interesting when he said he used to get emails about people saying that he changed their lives. And I'm like, you're correct. The key word would be used. Okay. Used to. Okay. That's what you used to get until over time we start seeing that there hasn't been a whole lot of growth. So you used to get those emails, but you're not getting them anymore. I think that's the focal point there as well. And not trying to really knock Tyler because I think he's grown to be very successful doing it his way. And I think that's awesome, But I just have to, clock a few things. Like that's what used to happen and that's not what's happening anymore. You changed their lives then. Those people are continuing to get older, but what about some of the younger folks? You know what I'm saying? They may look up to you, admire you, and just want to see you evolve. And honestly, when I think about the stories, there may have been some people that were complaining about, oh, he keeps telling these black women's story. I don't care about that for me because I feel like they regurgitate the same damn stories in different ways on multiple platforms. Whether it's a big studio, whether it's Tyler's studio, it does not matter. I feel like a lot of the stories are like regurgitated in different ways. But for him specifically, we were just saying we needed more development in the movie. That's all we were saying. Well, some people say, like myself, was like, okay, the actors could have did a better job. But like I also told you guys that it's really dependent upon the director because different directors can bring different things out with the different actors depending on what that scene and what that movie and all of that requires, right? But yeah, it really was heavy on the development. And I think that more writers, and we ain't saying getting a whole slew of them, but maybe you could have had maybe 2 more that could have, aside from yourself, that could have possibly assisted with pushing the storyline together and people not having to kind of like put the pieces together for themselves to figure out what this was about, okay, and how things, connect. All right. Queen Tori, he said used to. What else did he mention? Oh, when he talked about the highbrow Negro, who, I guess is uppity and lived a certain type of life or whatever, whereas you got people that's like him, this, that, and the other. I didn't like the positioning of that answer because I kind of felt like he was coming from a place of trying to make it seem like everybody that's giving you critique is up here with it. Either that or he was being sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? But, no, we everyday people. And some of those people are still living in situations of what you're putting on television. But I feel like he's focusing more on the critique of him doing the same movies, which is what some people were saying. But I want him to more so focus on just the development. The movies are always going to be like, it's just what it is. Okay. Lifetime be creating the same shit all the time. A lot of these movies do. Okay, it be the same over and over and over. Okay, you're with this person, this doctor, then you getting cheated on, and then this and that, then it's a fatal attraction, then they're trying to get. Girl, it be the same shit over and over in different ways. So I just ask that at least make it as developed and as good as some of the other stories. That was that, and yeah, I think that was really it that I had to say. You know, and he was saying something about don't discount those people's stories as if their stories shouldn't be told, and I'm like, they're gonna be told anyway because that's just how they is. But that's for me. Everybody's different as they look at this, but for me, it's just that's not what we was talking about. Okay, I've stopped watching Sisters too, y'all. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I stopped watching what I think maybe this year. Was it last year or this year? I'm trying to remember the last thing that I could even recall happened on the damn show. I know last time I checked, Karen didn't know who the hell the daddy was. And they still was trying to figure out what was in that envelope. And then they just swore that Danny knew what was in the envelope and who was the father and all of this and that. And the way she was acting made it seem like it wasn't Zach's. And then now I'm seeing stuff on social media where they're saying that she got twins, and one of them is Zach's and one is the other guy's. And I'm like, I hate it. It's crazy that y'all cannot push Karen's storyline along and she has to always be tied to Zach when you have an audience that has fell in love with Zach and Fatima. Why the fuck does Karen have to continue to be in the picture? And it's like y'all don't listen to y'all audience, the people that has been supporting y'all and watching y'all content over the. It's just like you're losing us. You're losing us. But see, also what I think people don't know, even it's crazy because we'll watch his show or we'll watch Sisters over the span of a year, and it's like, dang, we still in the same place. Because how he's shooting it makes it appear as though everything is happening over the course of a week or something like that. So to us, it's looking like, yo, it's been months. She should have been had the baby, but he's writing, in my opinion, as like all of this happened this week, and then this happened on this week, and then this happened on that week. Like we're literally getting weeks, months at a time or something. Like it's just bad, and I'm not really here for it. Gary ass should have been gone. What happened to the ex-wife that got locked up, or the wife at the time? Did he even divorce her? Did he have 2 kids? Then when I did tune in at one point, we ended up seeing that, what's her name? Andy met some dude that she was dating, I guess, but his sister was dating Gary and was pregnant by Gary's child. And I said, get the fuck, just have it, just take it. Y'all can just take it, baby. It's just not good. And then I saw somebody on Twitter saying that, you know, they assisted in the writing for it and all of that. And I'm just like, so are you letting new people write? That, you know, giving them, you know, experience in the industry or something, which I'm not, you know, I think that's great. Everybody needs some experience, like get them the experience. But it's okay to say, hey, this storyline don't make sense. And it's interesting if they did assist with writing that, because you let them help out and write with Sisters, but you ain't gonna let nobody help and write with the movies. Like, that's all we asking. We're not saying, at least I'm not saying Tyler Perry is just this horrible person. And his movies are all trash. I'm not really saying that. I'm just saying that there have been a few that's come out recently that I haven't necessarily liked. Now, the Jazzman Hands, I think that was the one he did with Netflix. I actually really liked that one. I thought that one was really good. I came to y'all and we talked about it. I thought it was a really good film. But I don't think I've liked one since then. Like the documentary, but then here we are. Okay. So let's just get that together and let's just work on, you know, doing better with that. Okay. But, Sisters, y'all gonna have to tell me what's going on over there, because I don't really watch it no more. You know what I'm saying? He has the rookie writers. That's what you think is going on? Possibly.